Is this battle fought against themselves or exploitation? The Hollywood writers who give birth to our never-ending love movies have been on strike for quite a long now. But could that strike hit the right spot yet? Now, is this strike a fight against atrocities? As the Apostle Paul said in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. The Hollywood writers' strike has been grappling with the flow of the movie world for some time now. Even though the strike started last year, the impact of a full-fledged strike has started to heat up the movie houses by now. Now, what led the writers' group to go for a strike that could cost their lives to some extent? Scriptwriters are often placed at the bottom of the hierarchy in the movie industry ecosystem. Even though they play the most vital part in a movie, as in the plot, they are merely appreciated and rarely addressed. The Hollywood writers' strike lasted from May 2nd to September 27th, 2023, involving the Writers Guild of America and included 11,500 screenwriters. The difference of opinion was mainly regarding labor issues, including concerns over wages and job security, along with the rising influence of AI that started to threaten the livelihood of scriptwriters. After the rise in the impact of online platforms and streaming services, production houses maximized their profit to the extent that scriptwriters started to ask for higher pay, which they deserved. The shift from traditional television to streaming platforms changed how writers were being rewarded. They often earned significantly less than they would from traditional television. Sudden layoffs have become a habit in Hollywood recently, and this has directly affected the job security of the writers as their length of contract was reduced. Now, the movie world has a habit of hiring fewer writers for limited projects, which makes the work life of scriptwriters uncertain. These issues united the scriptures all around Hollywood to act immediately and raise their voice for their rights. That was their revelation to act against the atrocities that they were facing and the unfair shadow that was lying towards them. They realized the need to strive and secure more equitable treatment in the evolving entertainment industry. Did this strike hit the right spot? The WGA strike had a grave impact on the film and television industry in the US and worldwide. It affected various aspects of movies, from production to distribution worldwide, as the whole world was a consumer of Hollywood marvels. Many scripted TV shows and film productions were paused, leading to delays in release schedules. This included series, late-night talk shows, and upcoming big-budget movies. That was followed by a shortage of content all over the industry as the brainstormers decided to stop providing fodder for the entertainment industry. Therefore, many production companies faced financial struggles as there was no new content to generate revenue. That is when the strike grabbed media attention and widespread public support for the writers, who are the building blocks of their source of entertainment. They didn't hesitate to show solidarity from various creative unions. But was this strike a sign of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12? In the initial stage of the WGA strike, the movie world saw it as a normal strike that aimed to bring a change in the existing system. But was that it? The Writers Guild of America strike in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 seemed to have a thematic relationship that focuses on the struggle of one. The battle between good and evil has been a topic of interest in spirituality and history. It has deep roots in the Bible as well. In Christianity, this concept is frequently described as spiritual warfare. This is explained in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 as well. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 seemingly explains that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the powers of this dark world and the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. It says this battle is not fought with physical weapons, but with spiritual fortitude, relying on virtues and the armor of God that is spiritual protection. It aims to be a judgment of God over evil and its atrocities, just like the triumph of good is Jesus over Satan and his followers, marking their destruction. But the Christian understanding of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 goes beyond this interpretation. They believe this battle often extends to everyday struggles against sin and the temptation to fall for wrong. A person's personal failings or moral conflicts are a part of this battle. St. Augustine, an influential theologian, emphasized that this spiritual battle is held within the heart of individuals. It is, moreover, the daily struggle to do the right things and the effort to be righteous. Each temptation or challenge in life becomes a miniature of this struggle, whether to choose to be strong or to acknowledge defeat. Therefore, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 interprets that, in day-to-day life, men are given two choices. But those choices can sometimes take them to a point of battle where they have to choose one. This battle is experienced as a choice between living by God's principles or giving up to worldly temptations. It also invites believers to become active agents of God's love, faith, and hope, especially when they are struggling to find meaning or peace in life. You are the only one who can find your triumph in your darkness. That only happens with love, faith, and courage to question what is wrong and uphold what you think is right. That's how one can find purpose in life and get a call to live with vigilance and love for this world and its people. The Hollywood writers' strike also uses the same concept. It focuses on the struggle and the unseen forces that cause it. The verse of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12 says that many conflicts are not merely about personal interests or financial gain, but involve larger morals and a bigger picture. Even the writers' strike was not only running behind high pay but also urged for fairness, dignity, and recognition of their effort within an industry. The verse also gave intense emphasis on the need for unity in the battle to defeat evil. It talks about the importance of perseverance in the face of difficult struggles. The WGA members never gave up on themselves. Even when they were under constant pressure from the giant production house, the decision to stick to their battle was a collective decision. They rallied together for collective bargaining that put intense pressure on the production associations to see the scriptwriters as equals on the battlefield. A sense of community and shared purpose made their victory over the unfair treatment much more relevant and spiritually on point. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 pointed out the importance of advocating justice. That is the most effective way to win over evil. Writers were advocating for their rights against powerful players like streaming platforms and popular studios. This simply means the strike was to address the larger systemic injustices at play by seeking justice against those cosmic powers in the entertainment industry. Finally, the verse urges a fight for the greater good. Anything and everything that you fight for would have a greater impact that can make many smile and cry less. The writers' movement that influenced the movie world can be seen as part of a larger struggle for fair treatment in the creative industries, which impacts many beyond just the writers themselves. It can be, and it has been a source of motivation for many in their workspace to question the injustice that they face and the struggle that they suffer. It can be a source of intense inspiration for many in the movie industry. It can include actors who find themselves in tough spots to maintain their aura by compromising on endless things. It can be an ignite to the gender inequalities that female actors face in the movie world, or the black actors who find it hard to cope with the racial bias that Hollywood holds sometimes. A collective agitation against something unfair will never go wrong. Unity and perseverance will bear fruit. Even though the battle begins in one heart, it will find its way to similar minds and turn to a bigger cause. That is what happened in the writers' strike. Even though it started as a mere strike that happens every now and then, the unity and determination that flowed through the blood of these scriptwriters found their way to victory that took over the giants of Hollywood, like studios and streaming services. Therefore, even when the WGA strike leaves no link with Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, it can be said that both of them shared the same theme: struggle, unity, and advocacy for justice. This theme relates to spiritual warfare, where the war is within ourselves and the battleground is our heart. But this is not the first time when Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12 found its importance in human life. It goes back to 1999, where the world was shocked by the action of two school-going kids. On April 20th, 1999, two students, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, went to Columbine High School like any other day. Nobody knew that they had something evil in their mind. The world slipped into shock when they carried out a mass shooting in school, killing 12 students and one teacher. The world interpreted their motive as something deeper and darker, as hate. It exposed the moral decline that the world is going through and something that will end up in spiritual wickedness. It was seen as a warning for the believers to prepare themselves with truth and faith to fight evil. But such shootouts never found an end, and it still prevailed with a recent incident where the US President Donald Trump was shot while campaigning for the 2024 election. It was not only seen as a socio-political failure but as a spiritual crisis. It came as a shock to the people of us when President Donald Trump's ear was grazed by a bullet at a campaign rally. Many saw it as an act of spiritual protection as he survived the attack, relating it to the armor of God. But some interpreted it as the attack from evil to test Trump's dedication to fight evil and darkness that surround the people of the US. All these incidents are manifestations of evil in our world, but as per Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, the fight never ends. The evil should surrender on knees in front of the grace of God. Let you win your battle with love, faith, and a sense of dignity that has a bigger cause and an even bigger impact. So what do you think? Does the Writers Guild of America strike have some roots in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, giving it a bigger picture? Please comment on your prayers and thoughts. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more spiritual battles. Stay curious, and we'll catch up with you in the next one.